What is going on, sexy fuckers? I know it's a little bit early today on the stream, but I'm gonna make it a long stream. Made it home early from work today. I had some things I had to take care of, and now since they're taken care of, I'm spending my time with you, you beautiful bitches. Anyways, we're gonna do a mixture of things for today's stream and the video on demand. Um, we're gonna do a mix of Battlefield and videos and such. Um, for now, I'm gonna finish watching this. Well, I'm gonna watch a little bit more of this thing. It's about a woman, the evil case of Shanda Vander Ark. Her son was found dead in the house, and so far, the stuff that I've gathered is that she pretty much had an autistic child and did not feed him, bathe him. Well, they bathed him, but they gave him cold ice baths as punishment, and he pretty much starved to death and succumbed from starvation right in front of these people. It's truly, truly evil. But anyways, I'm gonna get started on this, and I say in about I'd say 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. So if you want to skip ahead 15, 20 minutes, if you're watching this on demand, then you'll be watching some Battlefield gameplay.
Which was lost bed. Where, like I said, that thing was dangerous at that point because he had been screwing around with the bolts and screws, and at any point it could have given way and he could have gotten seriously injured.
Right, yeah. So he moves into there. There's the tarp in there. Is that just to prevent? What is that for?
That was after I think we had gone to like 3 plastic covers that he had shredded.
Yeah.
Before we decided to put down the tarp. And honestly, I had expected him to complain, but he didn't, and I don't know. Just.
So there's this restriction on food. You talked about bread. For how long was he just eating just bread?
A week or 2.
What was he kind of eating before that?
We do ramen, sandwiches, and I think at some points we actually give him like a meal.
Why was it that he couldn't have meals?
I mean, the whole sneaking, I don't.
Because he was sneaking food?
A lot. Yeah, we, over and over and over. There would literally be times where I would be sitting on the couch playing.
Yeah.
And then I'd look up and he's there grabbing something.
Yeah. And so, whose idea was it for him to just eat bread? Is that your idea?
No.
Whose idea was that?
It's fucking.
My mother's.
It's so sad.
I know that was used as both the punishment and it was put on the bread. Was it always on the bread?
Not always, no. But the thing is, it still hardly did anything for him.
Yeah.
There would be times where it would do something for me because I'd accidentally rub my eye after I put it on there. It was, ow.
Yeah. So you're putting, what dictates whether or not there's hot sauce on the bread that he's eating? What decides that?
I don't know.
I'm doing things a little different. I got off of work early today, PC gamers, and as you can see by the title of the video, it's the evil case of Shanda Vader Ark. Pretty much, this lady, she has 2 sons. One son's autistic, and he, long story short, for punishments, they gave him ice baths, and he pretty much starved to death right in front of these people. And then, if you want to watch the video for yourself, write it down. But at the beginning of this video, like, this lady is sitting in front of an officer, and the ambulance is leaving their house, and he's pronounced dead and all that. And she's trying to like fake cry, and you can tell, like, so bad that it's so fake. And right now, this is a detective interviewing the brother and getting insight on how they punished the boy, what he ate, and a whole bunch of shit. And it's just so sad. But here in about 15 minutes, I'm going to be switching over to Battlefield. So if you don't want to hang out and watch this, then by all means come back. But yeah, about 15-20 minutes, and I'm going to start gaming on some Battlefield. I'm getting in the mindset, you know. I got off work a little bit early, had some important things I had to take care of, and now we're here, and I'm going to be streaming until about 10:30. It's going to be a long stream, so strap in. We're in for a ride tonight. I need to post all my socials and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to bring y'all some extra content since I had extra time today. Instead of waiting until the regular 8 o'clock, I want to be able to entertain for longer, just for y'all's enjoyment. But I'm gonna start this back up.
I just, whenever my mother told me to put hot sauce on it, I did. It was normally a thin layer to make sure that it wouldn't be too much, because from what I know, the Ghost or the California Reaper is 2,000 Scoville or 2 million Scoville.
What does that mean?
It's the hot sauce or the heat index, basically.
Okay. And that's pretty high?
Very.
So how long have you guys been using the hot sauce for?
Almost a month, maybe.
Okay. And was that only on bread, or was that on other stuff too?
I think one time we put it in.
Do you hear this shit? The kid was only they were only feeding this autistic kid fucking bread, and they punish him for when they caught him sneaking out of the closet he was living in. Yeah, they put him in a fucking closet to live in, and they put an alarm on the door, so every time he came out of the room, an alarm sounded. And then they had a refrigerator in their garage, and it had alarms on it, and so every time the kid actually went to go grab some food, alarms went off, and he got punished. And then now you're hearing that he would have some rice and some bread, but they would put fucking Carolina Reaper hot sauce on the food. I'd have killed this bitch too. Shit, I'd have fuck. What? That is so fucked up. Thank God this bitch is rotting in prison.
Some rice.
Okay.
But after that, I don't think we did that again.
What was it used for, right? Because you're giving him bread as a meal. What's the purpose of the hot sauce?
Punishment.
I know it was punishment, but honestly, I don't think it was that useful because, like I said, he had no feeling in his tongue. He totally bit a hole in it at one point and didn't even feel it.
Was he eating this bread with the hot sauce? Or
yeah, he was.
Is that really the only things he had to eat those days, or would he get other things to eat?
From the bread and rice, other than that, not that I know of.
Okay. So for how long do you think he just ate rice and bread and hot sauce?
Maybe 4 months, maybe. Or 1 month, sorry. I was thinking 4 weeks, and my brain scrambled that.
We totally understand.
1 month of just fucking bread,
so maybe about
rice,
4
and
weeks.
hot sauce.
Yeah.
Did you see a decline in him during that 4 weeks of losing even more weight or being even less responsive, or what changed when you moved into doing that?
I think it was that there would be times where it would take him a moment to respond. At first I thought it was just him acting, but then I was getting concerned, I think a week or so maybe ago.
Okay. That his responses are delayed, is that?
Yeah, and
as a matter of fact, I think you mentioned that to your mom multiple times, right? That he doesn't seem to be responding, that he can't walk very well, that he's stumbling. I think you mentioned those things too.
Yeah.
What was her response?
I think it was thinking because was. There was one point where he did that, but it was before he was thin.
Yeah.
And it scared the crap out of me. But then he admitted to my mother later that day while I was at work that it was an act.
Okay.
So I guess we made the mistake, she made the mistake of believing that that was what it was. I know that he's done stuff like that back in Oklahoma too. He would do something that would scare the crap out of us to make us believe that something was wrong. And several times here, he faked seizures. I've seen it and I've also seen what happens because back in Oklahoma, he had seizures from medication problems.
Okay.
But yeah, I know I can tell the difference. And at one point, Gabriel had just barely walked back into Mama and Adam's room when he tried it again. Had Gabriel been there, he would have been even more terrified than he already was because, like we said, he was there for the stroke and the seizures. So
how fucked up this shit is.
The hot sauce. Whose idea was it to get hot sauce as punishment? Was that your idea?
I honestly don't remember that part. I don't remember whose it was. I know that before we were using the California, we were using ghost pepper sauce.
Where did these sauces come from?
I think it was either Amazon or Walmart apps.
Okay. Did you ever go to the store to buy any?
No, we didn't ever.
Did you ever order any of those yourself? Or who was ordering the hot sauce?
My mother is, but she would ask if I could help her pay for it, which, like I said, she's been amazing. She's never demanded money.
Yeah.
So
I saw a message that where she asked.
So I knew that she wasn't just going, if I said it not that much, she would have understood, unlike my father.
Yeah. So the hot sauce on bread, if you ever put hot sauce on bread, was it ever your own decision to put hot sauce on bread? No. Sometimes you were left in charge.
Hey, PC gamers, just imagine you're a child, all right? Say you're 6, 7 years old. You get in trouble at school. How do you think it would affect you to eat just nothing, or have your parents just feed you nothing but rice and bread smothered in Carolina Reaper sauce for a month straight? And then when you piss them off because you're autistic, they throw you in a bathtub full of ice and water and give you an ice bath. And then one day, they just decide to move you off of your bed, and they stuff you in a closet with plastic on the ground and a bed, and locked you in there at night. And then get mad because there was no bathroom. You know, you couldn't go to the bathroom and you couldn't hold it. You know, maybe because you were just being fed bread and hot sauce and fucking rice. And then, you know, that hot sauce is going to give you the fucking runs or some shit. It's fucking up your intestines. And now, in the morning, you get a fucking ice bath because your mom is pissed because you done shit and piss in the closet and had to fucking sleep in it because you're locked in the closet. Dude, people are disgusting. People are fucking disgusting. You know, you need a license to operate a fucking car. We need to start fucking making it to where if you want a kid, if you and someone wants to have a fucking kid, you need to take a test. Like, there needs to be some fucking screening or something. Like, it just fucking blows my mind. If you can't take care of the kid, fucking admit it. Somebody will fucking find help. There's people out there willing to fucking help. Like, admit it. Now someone's fucking dead. This kid that had fucking autism suffered for years of abuse. And he died through starvation. Imagine how painful that would be. You're so hungry, you could feel your stomach digesting itself. Every fucking day, every waking minute, your stomach is fucking growling. You could feel it digesting itself. And then everyone fucking hates you. Like pretty much like Harry Potter, but this is real life. Sad.
The 2 kids, right?
Yes.
How often was that you were?
Sometimes it was during the mornings where she would go to work, but around 3-ish, I would have to go to work myself. She would be home after around 6 o'clock from work, and at that point, she would ask me to have them both go to Gabriel and Timothy to go to their rooms, which, for him at that point was the closet, and Gabriel's was downstairs as well. Gabriel would take his tablet because if there's one thing we both know, it's that he's also very dependent on that. It's something that keeps him calm and collected.
So when mom's not there, is she monitoring the cameras? Is that what the cameras in the home are for?
Yes.
And how does she communicate with you?
Text. Via text.
From her phone to your phone? Or?
Yes.
Okay. And how does she communicate with the other kids?
Through the alarms, because they do have that dual way talking. But
so she can talk to them through the cameras. It's the alarms.
Yeah. It's cameras, not alarms. Jesus, okay. The alarms don't have. Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. You don't have to be sorry at all.
I can't.
So she's able to communicate with them that way. She's communicating with you via text.
Yes. Timothy doesn't have anything to text with. He does, but I don't think, because we couldn't trust him on devices, so we couldn't exactly.
So you have her kind of monitoring everything.
I do sometimes at some points, yes. I will log into the cameras and make sure that I don't have Gabriel's app, because normally before I leave, he's upstairs in her room. He's been like that for a while. Timothy's or Gabriel's? I don't know about that one, honestly.
Do you know what app was Timothy's?
The one for his room, I think Mama had that one. I know the one in the bathroom was Blue something, BLU, and then something else.
Okay.
And then the one in the downstairs area was Tekken.
Okay. So wait, was Timothy had his own too in his room?
Yes, but that was before we moved him into the closet. That the Tekken was for.
I'm gonna post on my social media that I'm live, and then I'm gonna get the Battlefield on. Is that alright with you, PC gamers?
There, and it was also when he would get up and have to go to the bathroom before this whole.
Which ones did you know how to log into?
I don't think I remember the one for the Tekken, but I think the other one was my sister Millie's name, and then it was 2 numbers, I think. I don't remember.
Okay. When do you think was the last time you got logged into that camera?
The Tekken, it was.
I mean the Blue.
The Blue, I think it was maybe a couple of days ago. I don't.
So just to be like.
Normally I would, when I would get ready to head to work, I would log out of it because I could not stand. With my Apple Watch, it was connected to my phone, so whenever that got a notification of like Gabriel going to the bathroom, my watch would vibrate during work, and it would be annoying.
Yeah, that's certainly. Okay.
So I wouldn't know what was normally going on during the nights.
Right. So I know that when we talked yesterday in front of your mom, she was lying about some stuff, right? I know that she's a good person. I'm not doubting that at all.
Yeah, we never wanted any of this.
But you also noticed, like I know, that some of the things that she was talking to us about were the truth, right? About she said she didn't know there was a camera in the bathroom. But the fact of the matter is she asked you to put the camera in the bathroom, right? Didn't she send you a text message that says, make sure that the camera's in there and take the shower curtain down so I can see him? Didn't she ask you that the day before he passed away?
Yeah.
So we talked about some of that stuff. Remember how during the conversation I said, I know what this pepper's for, it's for punishment. And what did she say? She said, oh, I didn't know anything about that, right? Why do you think she's saying those things? Why do you think
she doesn't want to appear like a bad person. She doesn't want to be the bad guy in this. We never wanted any of this. We want him to be healthy. I know that for a fact. We should have been so much. I should have at least put my foot down on something.
Right.
But it's not that I'm afraid of her. I can't fear her because she's not the type to instill fear.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's also what caused him to sometimes lie about things as well. Was that he still had this fear of Dad, and then he thought she would be the same.
Yeah. That could very well be the case.
She's nothing like him. That much I know. She's like.
But she knows that you shouldn't be using hot sauce as a punishment, right? She knows better than that. And you know better than that too, right? Yeah. I think that anybody with some common sense knows that hot sauce is not something used to punish a child for eating food.
Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
For disrespect, for not
That's
following
what they were using
orders.
to punish this kid with
We know
autism
those things aren't
until he
okay.
died.
I know that. We've tried so many different things. We just were running out of options of trying to find a punishment that would actually work. And even that did nothing.
Right.
And we still kept trying though. I don't know why.
So you have the hot sauce. Tell me about the handcuffs. I know that once again, she took no blame for that, right?
Handcuffs.
She put it all on you. She said that was your idea and that those were yours and that you did those things. But I think that's not the truth from what I read on here. What's the real truth on that?
We would have him against the wall at some points and he would try to move. And at one point we'd actually put motion sensors on him to stop that. But
On him himself.
yeah, like they were they would sense any sort of vibrations.
Yeah.
But the thing is that he'd learned to trick them by moving so slow. Or they'd be on his door and they'd be moving so slow that it wouldn't set it off. So you'd get away with stuff.
Okay.
So
you're saying standing still, like, was that like the punishment that he was forced to stand
on the
still?
wall, yeah, against the wall, we was having.
Was that regular that he had to do that? Like, how often was he having to stand against the wall?
Since 2 weeks ago, it wasn't very often.
Okay. Just because he couldn't physically stand against the wall anymore?
No, it was, I guess that it just didn't work because if he set it off when he was against the wall, he would then, like, it'd be on a belt around him. He'd stuff it in his pocket and then just sit down on the ground or lay down and stay like that.
So he was punished by trying to make him stand, but then he would lay down. Did you guys ever wake him up on purpose because he wasn't supposed to be sleeping?
Yeah, and we also know one thing about him was that if he slept during the day, he was going to be up all night.
Okay. So you wouldn't let him sleep during the day, essentially?
If he wanted maybe an hour-long or 2-hour nap, we would. But anything longer, we knew that it would start screwing with his actual sleeping.
So who's monitoring this all the time? Like, who's making sure he's not sleeping during the day? Who's making sure he stands against the wall?
When my mother was at work, she'd have me log in before she'd leave. I'd come upstairs and go back to sleep on the couch. I'd set an alarm normally for 10:30 to 11:30 so that I could wake up and be up to keep things going around the house, keep everything in order.
Okay.
But
So
she never did any of this to be harsh.
I'm in no way questioning whether your mom cared or any of those things. I'm not. But the reality is we just have to talk about how we got to this point and how these decisions were made. So I don't want you to think that.
We also did stop the leg cuffs I think a while ago, because we noticed that his ankles were swelling. So we stopped that because we didn't want his legs to become irreparable.
How often were you guys putting leg cuffs on him before that? Was that something like at night to stop him from moving around, or what was it for?
I think we did it once or so. Once, maybe twice at night. One time. I don't know. I'm so lost. I just don't know what to do.
What about handcuffs or zip ties? What did you guys use those for?
Zip ties were either to fasten the vibrational arms to his belt during the day.
Yeah.
Or to put it on his wrist, not too tight and I would make sure, after the first time we did it, I would make sure to cut off the end of the zip ties because I had them loose. And then he decided to tighten them to where they were nearly cutting off circulation.
Yeah.
So after that point, I myself, when I was told to put him in the zip ties, I'd grab a pair of scissors and snip off the ends to make sure that he couldn't tighten it to where it was cutting anything off.
Were you guys ever zip tying his hands together?
His hands? I think we did once when we had a pair of them that the zip cuffs.
Okay.
But again, I cut those off to make sure that he wouldn't tighten them, because...
What was that for? Why would you use those to on him?
Normally we have him do this. It was something that I'm not sure if it was my father or my mother back when they were together, but when we were put in timeout, we'd be told to do this. And so sometimes though he'd try and do stuff like this, or just try and put his hands down or down by his sides. So we do that to keep them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you think you had those on for?
You want me to come back to this a little bit later, PC? I'm 10 minutes past playing Battlefield. But do you hear this crazy shit, bro? Shit's fucking banana. Terribly. How's the stream look, by the way? It keeps saying I'm skipping frames and shit. How bad's the skips?
not try to assist!
Don't help me. Not safe. Leave me here. Do not approach.
fucking healed him instead of shot him. how good this is. Nah. I'm gonna hit with old doo-wop.
Defend on my marker! Strike that objective!
Oh, he's got a fucking shield. Fucking pussy. You know what? I'm gonna be a dick.
Reloading! Watch it! Grenade out!
Come on, I'm triple.
Man down! The hut! Bad!
Anyone come to me!
Friendly wounded!
Of course, I'm not gonna blow up my grenade.
Keep away from me!
spammiest fucking lobby I've ever been in. Like, literally, all they're doing is just fucking, everyone's tossing grenades. Yeah. I'm gonna play some Breakthrough. It was fun last night, you know, because people weren't fucking spamming just grenades. Now everyone's just fucking chunking grenades. What up, guys? Shit. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my other vape. Oh, bad news, guys. How would y'all feel if I ran to the gas station real quick? I gotta run to the gas station real quick. I'm gonna put it on some YouTube and just let it play. And if anyone comes in and they're asking what's going on, oh, hey, there's my stream. My stream watching my stream of us watching my stream. I'll put it back on this for you, PC.
So
Let me know what
sometimes
happens.
though he'd
I will be
try
right
and do
back.
stuff
It
like
literally
this,
takes me like 4 minutes.
or just try and put his hands
Drive
down
down there.
by his side. So we do that to keep them.
Okay. Yeah. How long do you think you had those on for?
Gonna throw my slides on
I
real
think
quick.
the zip ties, cuffs, probably when we first used them, it was when I would leave, when I would get ready to leave for work, I'd put them on, do the whole snipping, and then when Mom would get home, she'd grab the scissors and cut them off immediately.
Yeah. How long are we talking? Is this for a couple hours, 8 hours, 10 hours?
Normally the maximum was 3,
Okay.
because when I worked in the,
Anything?
normally at that point, I think I was only working evening and closing shifts.
Y'all just want me
It would be 4:30 or 4 o'clock that I need to be there. So in order to get there, I would have to leave an hour before to actually make it on time.
Right.
Nah, but I will be right back. I'm going to throw my slides on and
And we
My house key so I can lock
we put the vibration alarms on there, but then again we stopped that after the zip ties, because with the chains or the chain parts of the cuffs, I think they would rattle to where if you tried to move, it would still set them off, even with the whole slowness.
Yeah. Tell me about the night before. I know that you said you got home at 2.
Yeah.
Let's talk about kind of what really happened that night, because I know that
I did take my meds. He was in his room. I didn't think to check. I should have, though. I should have made sure he was at least okay, that he was breathing. He could have been gone by the time I'd already gotten home.
Right. So when you first talked to us and you talked to the police, you said he was on his bunk bed, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the truth.
No.
Okay. He was in that closet that's right there by the bunk bed?
Yeah.
Okay. And then your mom had texted you that earlier in the night, or how did you know that he was in there?
I guess at that point it was just something I would already know, because I have a slight problem. It's not like a problem, just a small sort of OCD with the light switches.
Okay.
So I'd go upstairs and I'd take my meds, and normally the light switches by the back door, I'd want them down, and then when I'd come over to the stairs, normally when I'd flip it down, the light in the dining room would turn on. So I'd go to the stairs and flip it to turn the light on for the stairs, and the ones in the dining room off. Go downstairs and then flip that switch to get the stairs off, and then the one in there would turn on, and that was how I would know he wasn't in the bed. And then go and turn the ones off at the start of the hall, and then turn off the light with the switch by my bedroom.
So you know he's not in the bed?
Yes.
So you told us that you heard him snoring. Was that a lie?
Yeah.
And did you come up with that on your own, or did somebody ask you to say that he was in the bed?
I want to show you what I'm wearing to the store.
It's okay. It's okay.
My raccoon hat.
I feel so guilty, like I could have done something at any point in this.
But you're not. You're his brother. And you have a mother that's telling you what to do.
Yeah.
And so I understand why you feel the way that you do, but at the same time you have to look
Like
at
raccoon hat.
you think that your mother's telling you to do what's best for him, right? That's what you've been telling me since
Yeah.
you came in here.
And I know she wants what's best for all of us.
I'll be right back, guys.
So I'm back to my question. Did somebody ask you to say that he was in the bunk bed?
I came up with that on my own because I didn't want. I feel so guilty.
You came up with that on your own?
Because
So tell me what really happened in the morning then, because obviously what was told to us wasn't the truth. What really happened when somebody found him, or
I woke up and I had been grabbing my shoes, and it was at that point that it basically all played out like we said. The whole morning thing was exact. He wasn't breathing in the closet. It was the closet though. We had to get him out of the closet to try and resuscitate.
So it's you and your mother that tried to get him out of the closet.
We did get him out.
Okay.
And we tried to resuscitate.
Who noticed him first? You or
My mother.
Okay. Did she have asked you via text to check on him on the way up? That's not what happened. She said, "Hey, can you check on him on your way upstairs?" Do you remember that text message at all?
No.
Okay.
There might have been one that I didn't see, but
Okay. So you guys pull him out of the closet.
we tried to resuscitate him. We gave him rescue breaths. His breath smelled horrible. I thought maybe he might have still been capable of being resuscitated because his mouth was still wet.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it had just been recent, so we could do something. But
When you were at work, right, you came home at about 2. Does that sound right, or is that?
yeah, that was true because what was it? It was the day after the 4th of July or so. What's today's date?
Yeah, today's the 7th. This
The
was on the
7th. Yeah, it was on the 5th. So
Well, it's the 5th when you were at work, and then you
Yes.
come home in the morning of.
yes, and yeah, some of the servers there were still people in the lobby, and we had to finish that off I'm the general utility, so I have to break down the machine, clean the outside, clean the floors.
Gotcha. So when you guys pull him out of the closet, like, does he have clothes on at that point, or is he in a diaper, or what's that state?
He had a shirt. I think we had put him in pants, or sweatpants. But, I don't know, maybe some point in the night he took them off. I don't know about
When you
that.
say we, you weren't there though when you went to bed, right?
No.
So how would you know if we put him in sweatpants? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you know if he had pants on or not when we went to bed?
No, honestly. But he didn't have them when we got him out. He had the diaper on, at least.
So he has the diaper on. You're saying that he has a shirt on? What shirt did he have on?
The very same sweatshirt that we found him in. Because obviously we didn't want him to get cold. Or I don't think Mama wanted him to get cold. I'm pretty sure she texted me about that. I'm not sure.
Okay. So you guys pull him out. Does he have pants on or no pants on?
None, no.
And when we get there, he has pants on?
Yeah, she had me put them on.
She asked you to put pants on? What was that for?
I don't know. I just...
And so you guys, at that time, she decides that she's going to lie to him and say that he was in the bunk bed? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Clearly
She doesn't want to seem like she's bad. That we weren't neglecting him. And even if that's if it somehow ended up like that, it was never intentional.
Right. Well, what you're saying, I mean, if we talk, right, there's those things where you're like, she didn't want it to seem like this. She didn't want it to seem like this. She didn't want it to seem like this. Did you know that it all seems like that, right?
Yes, I know.
It does. And he clearly was neglected because he died from it, right? The reality is that he was. That's why we're here talking today. So, he was very much neglected. And the fact that, she had asked you to put hot sauce on his private parts. Do you remember that?
She'd asked, but I never did. I never
You
did.
never did that?
No.
Okay. And she had asked you to put hot sauce directly into his mouth. Did you do that?
Yes.
Was that on the 5th, the day kind of leading up to all this stuff?
Yeah.
How much hot sauce did you put in there?
That,
And whose idea was that to put that hot sauce in there?
hers.
And what was the purpose of that?
Again, she thought the whole unresponsive was an act.
She thought it was an act, which very clearly it wasn't. I mean,
Yeah.
is the hot sauce that you used, is that the one that was in the bathroom, or is there a different one?
That was the one in the bathroom, yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about lying during this? How does that make you feel?
I just hate it. I know she doesn't want to be the bad guy. She never wanted this. We loved him so much. And it just...
I don't think it's about love at this point. I think it's about not knowing what to do, not knowing how to handle the situation.
We didn't know how to do anything.
I don't think you knew.
I've never... The worst punishment I've ever gotten in Oklahoma, it was my father. He spanked me with a belt so hard that my butt was bruised.
Yeah.
And at another point, they had me do wall sits. He had me do wall sits while holding 2 cans of chicken noodle soup out like this. And that was when I was in high school. I could hardly get to school the next couple of days because I had to walk. And my limbs were so stiff and filled with lactic acid that it was just painful to try and even get across the street. And again, bruises on my backside too, where it was really hard to sit at school.
What other kinds of things? Did you guys ever put hot sauce anywhere else? Did you ever put hot sauce like in his eyes or anything like that?
Not that I know of. I think at one point he may have, after he'd eaten, he had forgotten to wash his hands and rubbed his eye.
Okay.
I know at one point I unintentionally done this.
Did you ever directly put hot sauce into his eye?
No, I remember, but when that happened, I helped him wash out his eyes to make sure that it wouldn't sting so much. Or it wouldn't sting at all. I'm not sure if it helped or not. But they said it was good after. I think that was a couple of weeks back.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else can you tell me about what happened?
I know at one point that he was actually refusing to eat. We would give him his food and he would just be stubborn and sit there and just slowly, it was regular bread, nothing else on it. Just chow down to the point where it was basically he was trying to waste time. He could be upstairs.
Where did he spend most of his time?
In his room. We wouldn't make him, and sometimes we would have him kneeling like on his knees like this, facing one of the corners, but
What was that for?
Honey, I'm home.
For punishment?
yeah, I don't even know if it was for at this point. I'm not sure.
But where did he spend most of his time?
I am back.
In that room. I think,
The closet there?
yeah, I think less than 3 or so weeks ago we've been having him try and do schoolwork, but the thing is,